Hey, good morning, friends. MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa here with the MLive Morning Weather Update brought to you by Consumers Energy and conditional probability. By the way, I don't have my backdrop. It fell down, so I got to put it back up. Conditional probability on severe weather today. And what that means is that, and tomorrow, it means that the ingredients are there, but everything has to come together. So it's a lower chance in Michigan versus what's just off to our west, which is a pretty high chance of severe weather. So 2 rounds to talk about, and we will keep you updated on that and try to give you a sense of the timing. So right now, there's a batch of showers and maybe a couple isolated thunderstorms moving into western Michigan from Holland to Muskegon. That is a weakening clump of thunder showers. Not what we're talking about severe. Then the curl out in Iowa doesn't look all that impressive. And remember, there is a daily cyclical nature to severe storms. Very early in the morning, they can be severe. They weaken 9 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon, and then they start to increase in strength again as we go into late afternoon and the first half of the evening. So we're looking at everything now. I'm a little late today. We're looking at everything as it's in its downward phase for a few hours. Here is the severe weather forecast. This is today, and most of lower Michigan is what's called a marginal risk of severe weather, conditional probability. If everything comes together, it could support some severe thunderstorms. And because of the wind shear, there's a 2% chance of a tornado, isolated tornado somewhere in lower Michigan, 5% chance of damaging wind or hail. So it's a low probability today, and then tomorrow looks like a severe weather outbreak developing just to our west. Again, kind of conditional in that it develops to our west. Iowa moves into Wisconsin and Illinois and starts to weaken as it comes toward us, fortunately. And that's the way Michigan sits a lot of times with severe weather. Fortunately, not always. Sometimes that bullseye there is shifted over us. But tomorrow, the tornado chances are kind of condensed back to the western third of lower Michigan. The wind chances are higher because of a line of severe thunderstorms possible, and the hail about the same as in the western half of lower Michigan. All right, so now we get into, and by the way, thank you to Consumers Energy for sponsoring the MLive Morning Weather Update. I'm not sure if I said that. It's Monday over here, so, you know, the brain not working, the backdrop falling, all a mess. So here's the radar forecast. It'll show you that the storms, if we have to worry about them, would be evening, early evening, 5, 6 o'clock along the western shoreline, to late evening on the east side of the state. And of course, late evening means that the instability comes down, lowers, and storms tend to weaken. So let's get into the timing of these with the radar forecast. And we go into the early afternoon. We're going to be warm. We're going to be in the mid to upper 80s in a lot of places. This is 5 o'clock, 6, 7. Now remember, I've found that this model, for whatever reason, always, almost always, and that's rare to say in meteorology, runs about, how do I want to say this? It's forecasting this at 7 o'clock. This would probably be 6 o'clock. So it runs about an hour slow of what actually happens. So I'm going to say 5, 6 o'clock, Muskegon, Ludington, Pentwater, down through Holland, heading toward Grand Rapids. And then this would be 7 o'clock this evening. Maybe some storms developing in the eastern thumb. The isolated storms, what you have to watch out for, because those are the ones that can spur a brief tornado. Not extremely worried about it, but you always got to keep an eye open for these kind of things. And then late this evening, 11 and midnight, it's moving out and weakening. So west side of the state, let's call it 5 to 7. East side of the state, let's call it 7 to 10. Kylie Aldridge, oh yeah, storms never arrive accurate at times. I have to beg to differ. I mean, look at the tornado forecast that we had off of the high-resolution rapid refresh, the same model, a couple of weeks back. I mean, that was down to the hour. So it just depends on the situation. So this is Tuesday morning, early afternoon, and there's your severe weather outbreak developing out to the west. This is 8 tomorrow, 11, midnight. So this would imply that this would be a late evening situation. And again, that would be good for us because the storms tend to weaken as they come in a late evening. But we'll just keep an eye on it. The second model to take a look, and this says timing again, 5, 6 o'clock this evening, coming across the lower peninsula through the evening hours. And then tomorrow, it is, this is midnight, so it's a little bit slower and a little bit weaker because it is slower coming through in the middle of the night. Now, let's look out into the future, way out of the future, because I guess we got a holiday weekend coming up here. So after Tuesday's evening storms, this is Wednesday, should be a dry day. This is Thursday, looks beautiful. This is Friday. Beautiful. This is Saturday afternoon. Storms in the UP, wind coming around to the south, lower peninsula. That means warmer temperatures. This is Saturday night, Sunday, a storm system. A 4-day period, Memorial Day weekend, very, very rare that it can stay 4 days dry at this time of the year because we're in the storm track. Just stands to reason. And this is Memorial Day. At the moment, looks dry. And then we go on into the future. Temperatures today, I would call it 85 to 88, 89 degrees. A lot of places, southern lower, northern lower in the low 80s. So very nice summery day. Tomorrow will be in the low to mid 80s also. Wednesday could be in the low to mid 80s in the east side of the state. Then back to the 70s. And then back to the 60s in the northwest. Thursday, well in the 70s to near 80. Same deal for Friday. Some lake cooling is always possible along the shoreline. So this is the time of the year where we start to think about walking along a beach. Take a jacket with you there, always, because the water is still chilly. This is Saturday. We'll take that. 70s to near 80. This is Sunday. Depending on that rain system, could be warmer in the southeast, a little cooler in the north. This is Memorial Day. 75-ish. We'll take that. And Tuesday and Wednesday. So, a couple of things we will be watching here in weather at MLive. 2 rounds of thunderstorms. One, I would call it this evening, another one tomorrow evening. That's when the instability, the fuel for storms is waning, is diminishing. So hopefully we luck out and just have some good old-fashioned, easy-to-view thunderstorms. Those are always kind of nice for us thunderstorms fans. Then we go into a pretty nice period heading into the holiday weekend up to Saturday. We'll watch Saturday night, Sunday morning. Again, I don't think we can get through a whole weekend without any rain at all. And right now, at the moment, Memorial Day looks pretty decent. Stay tuned with us here at MLive. We'll keep you updated on any severe weather. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa, and thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update, brought to you by Consumers Energy. Have yourselves a great Monday. Bye.